Hi guys and welcome back, it's Jason, and today we're going to do a little tutorial on flat lays. Now everybody loves a good flat lay, and if you don't know what that is, it's, you've seen them on magazine ads and YouTube thumbnails and Instagram. They're all over Instagram. They're those perfectly curated little photos that are from top down. They've got everything specifically placed, but sometimes they don't look like they're planned out, but they really are. They're lit perfectly and they're laid out and organized just the way that they're supposed to be. Now there are 5 different rules, general guidelines, whatever, that I'm going to go through today. And we're going to do a couple of flat lays here. I'll switch to an overhead shot eventually and show you how I build these flat lays. And if they turn out pretty good, I'll show you the actual pictures at the end, and so stick around for that. The first thing that we've got to think about when doing a flat lay is obviously our concept or our theme. So today I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to do one that's kind of an office-oriented day work, computer, writing instrument, paper, whatever it may be. I'm going to grab a different group of items and we'll create one. And the second one we're going to create is one with tools and wood and sawdust. And they're both going to be right here on this counter, and we'll do them from here. The second thing that you've got to really think about, and it goes along with number 1, obviously, is your theme, but then you float into props. So when you think about the items that you're going to have in your flat lay photo, you have to think of where they're going to be positioned and their size. And size is very important. And you have to think about colors and do they go together? Do they work with the background, etc. And those are all important little things that you have to think about so that they all fit together. Another thing that you have to think about is the lighting and the position of your items. So, for example, if I was doing like a food flat lay, I'd probably be doing it in front of a window with nice natural light coming in the window with the items that I'm going to do today. And often you can do all of your flat lays in front of a window. But today what I'm going to do, it's not a very nice day, so I'm going to simulate some of that window light using a softbox, which is right here above me right now, and that's what's lighting me. So I'm going to use that as our flat lay. You want to get good light on both sides of your objects. You want to position your objects so that one object is kind of the centerpiece of the whole flat lay, but you also don't want all your big items on one side of the flat lay or all your small items on the other side. You want them intermixed so that they balance everything out. The other thing that you have to consider is your background. Now, like I said, we're going to do our flat lays right here on this wooden counter. I think this is a nice background for the 2 that I'm going to do. And but there's various different ways that you can do backgrounds. You can use a concrete floor. You can use fabric, put it on a blanket, use sand. You could be at the beach doing a beach flat lay. There's no rhyme or reason set rule of what you should use for your background, but it should work with your objects. It should create a nice contrast for your objects so that they are the focus, that the background isn't the focus. Those are key, crucial things so that the items are almost 3-dimensional and they hop out of the photo. That can be a big factor created by your actual background. And the 5th item that I want to talk about is just the overall design. And I've alluded to some of it here. You want to position your items so that they're not all heavy to one side, or the big items are all clustered together and the little ones together as well. You want to be mindful of the colors and the lines. You don't want to be drawn away from what you're trying to highlight with the lines, something that pulls you out of the picture. You want to be pulled into the picture. You want to be guided to where you are supposed to go when you're looking at the flat lay. You don't want clashing colors side by side. You want to have kind of a uniformity in your picture when it comes to color, tone, and vibrancy, and just the overall sensation of the whole picture. Sensation, is that the right word? Anywho, and once you've got your flat lay set up, you want to make tiny little micro adjustments. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch to an overhead shot, and we're going to lay out the first of the two shots that I'm going to do for you today, and show you what I mean by creating the shot and positioning things so that it looks good. So here we are on the top-down view now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building in this area our flat lay. So the first thing I'm going to bring in is my laptop, and we're just going to position this. Now we have to think in that we're working in a square area roughly about this big, so we're only going to get a corner of this. Now another thing I want to do is I kind of want to bring this in here. I want to see if I can position it somewhere that makes sense once we get this built. So I'm also going to bring in my notebook, and maybe we're going to open that up. Let's just open that up. We'll get the leather open. We'll let the strap fall as it may. We'll, let's see, bring in a pencil, and these are all those little micro adjustments that I was speaking of. And you know, you want to see the writing on the pencil, and you want to I actually happened to bring in some pencil shavings with me, so I wanted to throw some of those in there as well, you know, so you get a little, that might be a little too much. Let's just see what we got happening here. There we go. Put some more around. Just these little, just to give it a little, it gives it a little texture, it gives it a little shape and color. And it seems like something is missing, so maybe we'll, I grabbed some of these off my other desk, and there were some push pins. We'll throw those in there, and then we'll, let's see, maybe we'll bring in a book. That doesn't really fit because you can't really see the name of the book, so we'll pull that back out. And what else can we put in there? Maybe we just need something to bring up into this corner, because remember, we're going to have this little area here. It's not going to be the whole scene that you're seeing in the video, and once I get this picture built, we'll be able to show you. Hang on. I found something else that we can put in there, and we'll just throw the watch in there. Now you see I've got lines going across here. I got the strap, it's pulling you up to show the watch. Now we're going to take the picture, and if the picture turns out, I'll show it to you now. I ended up taking out the Samsung hard drive because I didn't find that it fit very well, and I threw in this deck of cards from Theory 11 that I had nearby, and it seemed to fit better. The gold with the tone of the wood and the browns, and it also connected to the gold on the pencil. So now you've got that. You've got the silver and the silver and the gold and the gold. And you've got the browns and the oranges, and it kind of tied it all together a little bit better. Now the second flat lay we're going to try is we're going to do one with tools. So I brought in a few tools from my garage, and we're going to see what we can create here on the same surface as we use. That's the nice thing, is you can use the same surface for doing your flat lays, and they can be completely different depending on your lighting. You can see the light sources coming from over that way, and we can just build this out. So let's start. The first thing I've got here is this Japanese saw, and we'll try and build our flat lay around that, and we'll just build this out and we'll see how it goes. And there you have it. The building of the flat lay is something that can be a lot of fun when you get your final result the way you want it, and the picture turns out just the way you like. You're going to see these things all over the place, and this is just a little help to give you an idea of all the little things that you've got to do to create your flat lay and give it some texture, give it some depth, give it all kinds of interesting features. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you again next time. And I hope that if this is the first time you've been here, that you will come back again, hit subscribe, hit the like button. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and I hope you'll leave a comment down below that you like this video, and I will see you again next time.